Hello and welcome to our podcast where we're celebrating South Asian History Month 2025 at Ashford and St Peter's Hospital's NHS Trust. The month runs from 18th July to 17th August and this year's theme is Roots to Roots. My name is Amandeep Chana and I'm an Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Officer at the Trust, and we have Krishma Gola and Bhagashri Nakum here with us today. Hello Krishma, thank you for joining us.
Good morning, thank you Amandeep.
And hello Bhagashri, thank you for joining us also.
Good morning Amandeep, thanks for inviting us.
Krishma, what's your role at the Trust?
I am the endoscopy team leader at Ashford and St Peter's Hospital.
And Bhagashri, what's your role?
I'm working as a scrub nurse at Ashford Main Theatres and I work both sides, St. Peter and Ashford.
Thank you. To begin with, Bhagashri, can you tell us a bit about your South Asian heritage?
So if I talk about my family, I'm from India. In India, particularly from Gujarat. And in Gujarat, there is a city called Vadodara. And it's, if I put it in a way that people can understand where exactly I'm from, I can say that Indian Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, where is he from? I'm from that place, to make it easy to understand.
And Krishma, what about you? Can you tell us a bit about your South Asian heritage?
I'm born and brought up in England. However, my parents are from Africa. They were both born in Africa and then they migrated to India for some part of their life and then they came to the United Kingdom.
Thank you. So this year's theme is Roots to Roots. Krishma, what would you say that means to you? What does Roots to Roots mean to you?
It goes back quite a bit for me personally because both my parents are from Africa initially, and then to see their journey from Africa to the United Kingdom and then their struggles and their successes both combined, it's quite mind-blowing to see that journey. So for me, to explain that, I think I'd need quite a lot of time, but to simplify it, what I would say is that there is a lot there. I mean, they have worked so hard to come from countries that were very known to them and then to come to a brand new place, to learn a new language, and then bring up children in a new country and then make sure that their children are also doing well and striving for the best that they can. I think that's what it means to me.
Sounds like a big change for them.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're from big families as well. So my dad is one of 6 and my mom is one of 5. So for their parents as well to then, you know, their journey goes back, it's quite extensive as well. But for example, like my dad, he came to the United Kingdom and then he got married at a young age and then he wanted to study and go to university, but they didn't have sufficient funds for him to go to university. So then he started his own business and he is a proprietor of a shop. And then I'm one of 4 siblings as well. And then he gave us all the opportunity to go to university, to have degrees and be the best version of ourselves. So where they struggled, they wanted the best for us.
Sure.
So I'm the first generation from my family to have gone to university, had an education, and then, you know, got my job here at the Trust.
I wonder what it meant for them to have you go to university.
I mean, they, you know, for them, it was the first time like they had come to a graduation ceremony, for example. You know, they've never experienced anything like that, you know. And to say, so by way of background, I'm a solicitor, currently non-practicing, and my siblings, one of them's a psychologist, one of them's a biomedical scientist. So, you know, for them to have us in such, you know, careers, and then me being a team leader now at the NHS, you know, is great pride for them because they've worked endless hours they've built the funds to send us to university. My mother, her first language was Gujarati as well. And then she learned English. She learned how to drive a car when she came to the United Kingdom. And it didn't just come naturally to them. They had to work really hard to get these basic things. But then for us, they sacrificed a lot as well. They wouldn't go out for family dinners and things like that. So there's a whole explanation to this.
Thank you. And Bagash, what about you? What does roots to roots mean to you?
For me as well, it's quite long story too. I'm also from Gujarat, India, and I am the first person who come out of India and landed on London City, to be honest. And for them, going to abroad is quite a very, very big thing, because I'm the only first person from my entire family who go out of India and living in UK. And they are thinking the sacrifice they have done, the hard work they have done, the effort they have put in to build my career, make me study, because my parents, my father is a teacher and my mother is a homemaker. So my father is only the earning person in the house, and not only he has to pay for the mortgage, but he has to pay for the fees for all of us, three of us. And having a degree is quite a big thing in our family as well. It's like we are the first people, me and my sister and my brother. We are the only first children who has the degree. And how we articulate our career. And I'm a qualified nurse from India, and then I moved to the UK, and to become a qualified nurse in the UK, it was another challenge for me as well. A lot of exam, and whenever I was talking to them on the phone and I was counting, these are the exams I need to do, and I was like different 10 or 12 types of exams, and they were thinking, you already spent 5 years studying only nursing. By that time, someone will become a doctor.
Okay.
So, and then you are still studying more while you went there. And I said, yes, but I want to pursue my career. And they supported me. And not only them, it's my husband as well, who really supported me. He is an IT person and he has no clue about the NHS and clinical area. And he researched more than me to build me who I am today. So actually, I'm grateful to my in-laws family and my own family too. And this is something like roots to root. Because you have that root to help each other in the family, and there gives you courage, support, and motivation to go ahead and build your own life.
Sounds like you have the support of two families.
Yes.
And I wonder how your parents feel about you being here.
They feel great, actually. Recently, my father went on a big event. It was like a political event, and he was invited for a speech. And he mentioned my name over the stage, and he said, one of my daughter is in London, and she is doing very well. And when I hear that, I felt so proud and I felt proud on him as well. How much hard work he has done to bring us here. And it's not a joke, I would say. It takes quite a lot to go outside country where the language is different, culture is different, religion is different, weather is different. So, yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like a big change. I'm wondering, is there anything that reminds you of your heritage here? So maybe a tradition or a value or a memory from India.
The tradition we have is we are very social people. Like, we don't think about like only on Saturday and Sunday we go out and meet our family. Usually we like after dinner, let's go to one of the cousins' house and let's see them, how they are doing. That's something unique about back home in India. And if I thought about like specific tradition is like we are Gujarati, and the specific festival is 9-night festival. It's called Navratri. And that's my one of the favorite festival. And luckily that festival is being celebrated in UK as well. So I can take part actually. And if I think about the memory, it's like my childhood memory actually, which is very, very important for me. But we studied in very minimal things. I still remember when my mom was asking, the day before yesterday I gave you a pencil, where is that pencil has gone? And like counting on every small things. And it is quite hard. And I still remember we didn't even have colors to do the paintings. And still we have come up to here. It's proud for us and proud for our parents as well.
You feel proud for the journey you've been on, the progress that you've made.
Maybe it quite be different for others. They have all the facilities to study and grow up in their career. However, having a minimal things in a life and then reach to that goal and then going to the abroad and work there and to reach on a certain level in a profession, it makes you motivated and it gives you a lot of courage too, that you can work in a minimal things as well. You not necessarily have all the things available to you when it comes to work as well.
Thank you. And Krishna, what about you? Can you share a tradition, value or memory from your heritage?
So I think I'm just going to add on to what Bhagyashree said. And I think for a value, core values that come back from our heritage and tradition is helping others, and definitely helping others and providing for your community. That's a big thing. Even as a child, I used to take part in community events, and now I also teach children dancing, Bollywood dancing, as well as working at the trust. So, it's that whole factor of helping others and continuing to help them, and an element of gratitude as well, just being grateful for all the things that we are able to do. Like Bhagyashree's rightly said about privilege. We're not from privileged backgrounds. So for us, we are the first generation who are trying our level best, and parents have given us this opportunity to be the best version of ourselves. So I would definitely say gratitude and helping others, and that's fulfilled by working at the trust as well.
That's really interesting. Thank you. And you've both spoken about your family's journey and your own journeys from being here. I'm wondering what's influenced the path that you've taken to start a career in the NHS.
I would definitely say helping the community and the need to give back. There's so much that we can do, but the real essence of life, would you say that goes back to our roots as well? Is to help. If we can help another person, there's a sense of you feel a sense of reward in the sense that you're helping someone, you're making a benefit to their life in whatever way. So, for example, me working as an endoscopy team leader, my department, I'm leading a team of 18, and we're helping people have their procedures, and some of them are cancer patients. We have a 2-week raw pathway, and just the fact that I can help that process and get someone seen, by my management skills and helping the department run smoothly, I think is an amazing feeling as well. So, it's not just, there are jobs where when I was practicing law, I felt that I wasn't giving to the community. I was doing it to some extent, but it became a job that I didn't have a passion for. And then when I thought about what I wanted to do, I really had to think about my core values and think about how I can then bring that into my life and make that life-work balance work, so that I go to sleep at night thinking, I love this job.
And Bhagrashri, what about you? What's influenced your path to working in the NHS?
To be honest, at first place, I had no vision to come to the UK. It was quite a very intense story. So I met my husband, who born and raised in UK, and we got married. By that time, we moved to the UK, and I had a set career in India, in Gujarat, and I had a government job in India. And having a government job in India and having a set career in India is quite a very, very big thing for the family and for the reputation and everything. And leaving all that behind, including family, friends, career, and start from scratch in an entirely new country was quite challenging, but then I managed to finish all the examination which required to become a registered nurse in the UK, and finally I become a registered nurse here. So although I didn't have any plan to come in the UK, I still become a registered nurse in here, and I'm doing quite well, and it makes me proud and motivated. And if I see my journey from my childhood up to now, and it's quite life-changing. It's a massive change. Where we didn't have things, and now we have, like, I would say we have more than what we need right now in my life. That's what I would say. So, but working in the NHS, it's quite amazing, because when I told my parents I got the job in NHS, and their first question was, is it government job? And I said, yes, it is government job. And they were so happy, because they were quite worried. I am leaving behind my government job and going to the new country. Will I get a good workplace? And when they knew about this, they said, well done. You got that.
So it sounds like you gave up what was a secure job in India, and through hard work and effort, you've managed to find one here.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, you've spoken a bit about how things used to be for you in India, and I'm wondering, how do you stay connected to your roots?
I think food is the main thing. We have a lot of cuisines in India, and food is the main thing to stay connected to the roots. And also with friends and family, thanks to all the new technologies that we can use in today's life, that I can actually see my parents and family when I do the video calls them. And that's a big thing, because when I hear from my mother-in-law, they were saying, oh, we did not have all these facilities. We were writing a letter to back home, and then we were eagerly waiting for a letter back from them to just read. And I'm really glad that we have this technology at the moment, that we can at least see them, although they are very far away from me. And that's the main thing. And tradition is also main thing, like, and festivals, celebrating festival when it's there. It's really hard to get into this schedule when you're working full time and the festival day comes in weekdays. It's quite challenging to get the day off or annual leave. But many times we get managed, and we manage to celebrate that festival in here as well. And when my in-laws talk about their previous days in the UK, because they live in here for more than 35 years now, and they did not have all these facilities. Festival was not been celebrated like this, how we celebrating right now. And things were not easily accessible to them. So I think I'm glad that at least, even though living in the UK, I can still celebrate all this festival. I can still do some of their tradition and cultural things. There is quite a lot of barrier, but we can still manage to do that.
Overcome those barriers to allow you to stay connected.
Yes.
Thank you. And Krishma, what about you? How do you stay connected to your roots?
So just adding on from Bhagyashree again, the festivals are celebrated here. For Navratri, we have a 9-day festival, and there are halls everywhere where they have the festival for 9 days. We dress up, we do lovely dancing, and we get the kids involved as well. So I've got 2 daughters, and so now my battle is, how am I going to show them how to embrace the culture too? So I take them with me to all the festivals. They get involved in the dancing and the dressing up. We make it fun. So when there's celebration, we try and go to the temple. There's a temple in Watford that we go to, and we just make a big fuss of it so that they know that, as well as other celebrations that we do celebrate, we make sure that we make the day special, and it's a family day and everyone's included.
That's really interesting, isn't it? Thinking about the second generation and how they are shown their culture. Bhagyashree, what does it mean to you to be a South Asian professional working in the NHS?
It's quite challenging actually, because in NHS there is like a lot of Indian people who is working in, I would say, as a nursing, doctors, everywhere, all the fields. But in particularly nursing, people from India is more from Kerala than the other part of the India. So when at work someone asks me, where are you from? Are you from Kerala? I said, no, I'm not from Kerala. I'm from Gujarat, which is very far away from Kerala. Because in India, we have more than 30 official language. So people hear things that I'm Indian and other person is Indian. I can understand their language, but that's not true. People speak different language, and English is only the mean of communication, even though we share the same motherland. So that is quite different. And people thinks that when we are from Asia, we have a lot of cultural differences, so many differences, and we are quite shy people actually. We don't feel comfortable to ask for a help at first point until it goes beyond our level. Up to that time, we try our best to manage ourselves because that's how we have been built from the childhood. And and so I still remember the first interview with actually Ashford in St. Peter, when one of the interviewers asked me, it was a healthcare assistant interview, and then they said, okay, you are working in a one bay, and one patient is asking for a commode, and one patient is asking for to feed, and then one patient also wants to go somewhere. How will you deal with that? And because I not been built that ask for a help is okay, I explained the answer in a way that I will do everything myself, and which is actually, they are quite right. I cannot do everything myself. And when I got the feedback, I said, okay, that's quite interesting, and I should think about it. So recently I have become like, okay, when I am not okay, I say straight away to my team member in a workplace, okay, I need a help. Can you help me with this? Which is quite good about this culture, that they show you where your limitations are as well. So learning in a new culture, and combining both the culture and to bring out your best, it's quite amazing thing actually.
That's interesting about combining both cultures to bring out the best.
Yeah,
putting them both together. And Karishma, what does it mean to you to be a South Asian professional working in the NHS?
So again, I think I'm going to add on to what Bhagyashree said, which she's rightly said. I think there's an element of where we've not been from privileged backgrounds, there's an element that we need to prove ourselves. So we're constantly, our work ethics, I know for me, my work ethics are really high. So I will never finish work on time. I'll always try and be 110%. The delivery is like that every day. Do I delegate? Sometimes I'm getting better at it, but I'm like the yes person. I'll always say, yes, I'll do this. I'll do that, even though I have so much on it. And it's not that I'm scared to ask for help. It's just I'm conditioned like that. I think it's just a generational thing, a cultural thing where, we just try and always do the best that we can and work to the best of our ability. We don't know any different.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that has brought a unique perspective to the role that I'm doing now as well, where I'm managing a team of 17 booking team and then receptionists as well. And then I have to do my own workload as well. And then for example, coming to the podcast, rather than delegate, I was like, right, I will work at 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll get 2 hours done in the morning. I'll come and do the podcast, and here we go.
Wow, thank you for making that change to your schedule so that you can be here. We appreciate that. And Karishma, what progress have you seen or would you like to see around diversity, inclusion and representation within the NHS?
What I have seen is quite amazing. I actually went to talk to the board. I was invited to talk to the board last week, last Thursday, just about my background and what brought me to the trust. And the board was diverse, and that was amazing. It was 20 people on the board, and just seeing that and my insights in the trust, my dealings in my department, I think the trust has come a long way already. I think there is a lot of diversion, there's a lot of inclusion and representation within the trust. And in comparison, if I give it a comparison to law, that was very, very different. In this environment, I feel like it's great. I mean, what further things we could do is maybe do more podcasts like this. This is great. We can talk about more things, just make it more visible, so that people are aware, organise some more events maybe.
So this year's theme is Roots to Roots, and it's about how our origins shape our journeys. Bhagrashri, what's one key moment in your life or career that you see as a turning point along your route?
So it was quite challenging situation actually. I still remember when I finished my year 12, which is like a board exam. And then after that, you go for a degree course. And my father wanted me to pursue as a teacher career. And even though we went and filled the form and it was about to finish and I was about to get the admission in a teaching field to become a teacher. And then I said, I don't want to be a teacher. However, there is a teacher inside me. But I think I want to pursue my career as a nurse. And I literally cried for the whole day to convince my father to be a nurse. And then he finally said, okay, let's go. And the way he supported me to become a nurse, it was just amazing. There was so many blockages, and there was so many challenges, even though studying nursing. It is quite hard to explain in a word, to be honest. But when I started working as a nurse, like in India, there is a concept like you only give medicine and injection to the patient, and there is no fundamental care. But coming to the UK, fundamental care is really important, along with the medicine and injection and all these therapies. And all these things is new to me. And in India, being a nurse, there is only nurse. There is no like prescriber nurse, or there is no nurse educator, or like all these different type of role. That only I heard in the UK, to be honest. There is an anesthetic nurse and theater nurse, but that's it. That's the only things is there. But I think UK is more diverse in terms of nursing roles that you can choose. The roots is main thing about the roots is I have bring my courage, my motivation to the UK in this role, and I want to keep on that courage and motivation. It is really important to connect it to your roots, so you can, and when you reach to the top level, you don't forget your roots. That's quite important as well. It is really important to connect it to your roots, so you can, and when you reach to the top level, you don't forget your roots. That's quite important as well.
Thank you. So you're bringing your courage and motivation here, and you don't want to forget your roots when you reach your career goals. Krishma, what about you? This year's theme is Roots to Roots, and I wonder what key moment in your life or career you see as a turning point along your route.
My turning point, I remember vividly, it was when I had my daughter at the start of lockdown, and it was COVID, and I knew at that point that I couldn't do the job as a solicitor. Not that I wasn't capable, it was just the fact that it wasn't aligning with me, with my family as well. I needed something with more flexibility, something where it was a bit more rewarding as well. So, I think that was the key turning point. And there was a bit of a barrier there as well, because where my parents wanted me to strive as a professional, in a professional capacity with one of the, a career that was, they wanted either me to be a doctor or a lawyer or a dentist or, one of the profound, professions. And so I did what they wanted me to do, strive to be the best in that. And then I felt like that served its purpose. So it was time for change. It wasn't aligning with me. It wasn't aligning with my family goals, my life goals. So that is when I decided, right, I'm going to find a job that's got more flexibility, more rewarding. And this is what got me to where I am now. So I think True Roots is a very inspirational journey and an awakening journey, I would say.
Feels really powerful, an awakening journey. I'm wondering, Krishma, what advice you would give to your younger South Asian self?
So I have this conversation with my husband every day. It is a really good question because I'm a non-practicing solicitor. My husband's an accountant. So we both resonate with one another because we were both felt that we needed to do what our parents wanted us to do because they didn't have the opportunity, go into professions, and then now we've come to a point in our life where we've done that. We've had that opportunity to become that. Now, for the girls, I would definitely say, like, my girls, one of them likes art. The other one likes singing. She loves dancing. Well, I like dancing too. So I think I would just say, do something that you're passionate about. It's not all about getting the education and becoming a professional. I think you need to find something that aligns with you and something that you're going to be happy with, because life is short. We don't know what's going to happen. And the worst case scenario is being stuck in a career or in an environment that, you can't be the best version of yourself. So there's some overlapping core values there as well at the same time. But my advice would be to the younger generation is find something that you're passionate about and do well in it.
Thank you. And Bhagyashree, what about you? What advice would you give to your younger South Asian self?
I think for this question, I'm thinking of myself. What advice can I give to myself? Especially in NHS.
Okay.
I think if you are new in the NHS, and especially you are new in the UK or anywhere else in the world, if you are new to that country, you need to learn the culture, how they do the things on their daily basis, because that's what I have learned when I landed in the UK, learning about the UK culture, British culture, saying please, thank you, sorry, which was not in my dictionary before, but now it is. And actually it's a good thing. When I go back to home in India, when I say sorry and thank you, they really like it. And I say to them, okay, you can also do that. There is nothing harm in it. It makes other people feel better. Yeah, so learning about different countries' culture is also important at the same time, how they work, because for me, everything was new. Language, culture, weather is a big thing for me here, because I lived in a region where most of the time is over 35 degree temperature per day. And here in the UK, like, I'm always complain about cold. So all these basic things you need to learn. And when you choose your career, it's also important that how it aligns with you personally, individually. Will you be able to take up to that task? Because working in a clinical area is not a joke. You have to keep your eyes and ears open at all time, because you are not working with the machines, you are working with the human lives. and having a small mistake can lead a bigger problem to someone's life, and that's quite important. And being serious is also important, because in today's generation, where technology, we have AI, all this technology, and social media, people want to move fast, and no one wants to sit back, think about it, have a reflection, and everything people wants fast, which in healthcare specifically, when you work with a patient who is like 90-year-old, who is speaking very slowly, who have a Parkinson, and then it takes quite a long time to deliver their message to you, and you have to have that patience to listen to them, what need they need, and to deal with that need is quite important. And in younger generation, I think they need to learn how to be slow down sometimes, especially in a healthcare career. It's not like a technology. That's the main advice I would give it to them.
So looking ahead, how do you hope your story or your route will continue to evolve whilst you stay connected to your roots?
My story is very, very different to other people, I think, because I did not have a plan to come to the UK or work in a NHS, and destiny bring me here and throwed me go there and work there. But I choose that because I got to marry to a British man and who lives in the UK, and I moved to the UK, leaving behind every single thing, not only family, friends, career, everything. My own family, they are in India. My own family is none of my known people who is in the UK. So it's quite challenging, and connected is, and their living and upbringing in the UK, my husband's side is quite different to what I have experienced in my life. And because when there is a festival or anything, when we have a talk, me and my husband, he says, "Oh, we haven't done this in our life before." And I said, "Oh, this is very common to me." And it is quite make him understand about what I have experienced, what is my tradition and roots. Is sometimes it is challenging because he is born and brought up here, so he may not experience the same way what I have experienced in my life. But that is my story, because not planned to come to the UK, and I'm in the UK, and still I have built my career, and now I have convinced myself that I belongs to here, and how can I do better at this job. And I'm quite glad actually, because back home in India, nurses doesn't have a voice, but here nurses are important and they have a voice, that I really love about the UK. And actually they gives you freedom and courage. When you see something is not right, you can say it, and you can seek advice from others, which is quite good thing. So that's my story.
Thank you. And Krishna, what about you? How do you hope your story in your road continues to evolve whilst you stay connected to your roots?
For me, I think it would be bringing the core values that we talked about, just ensuring that those core values that have been instilled from my parents, to work hard, integrity, honesty, helping people. You can still do that. You don't have to have, a professional job to do that. You can do that in many ways, and you can do that in the healthcare setting environment. I'm doing it as a team leader in the endoscopy department, and I'm doing it in numerous other ways. And I'm still staying connected to my roots. Like I teach Bollywood dancing, and that's bringing cultural dancing to children. I teach it to children, and then I do Bollywood-inspired Zumba. So I bring a fitness element to ladies as well, with the fusion of Bollywood and Bhangra, again, showing that I'm connected to my roots and making sure that it stays that way. And looking ahead, I do hope that I can continue to do that, and if not, grow and expand in that way, aligning with my core values as well.
So just some quick fire questions now, a little bit of fun at the end. Bhagyashree, what's your favourite South Asian dish?
My favorite South Asian dish is called dokla, which is a savory dish, and it's very popular in Gujarat.
Thank you. And Krishna, what about you? What's your favourite South Asian dish?
Mine is gatia, and it's a savoury dish.
That's interesting. My granddad likes gatia. He has it with ketchup. I know it's a bit of a weird combination, but it works for him.
It can work for anyone.
Yeah, definitely. You can dip it in tea too. So,
Thank you. And Bhagyashree, what about a film, song or book that reminds you of home?
A film is Border, and all the songs from that particular movie. And song is obviously national anthem of India. And the book is all written by Chetan Bhagat.
Everything written by him?
Yes.
Thank you. And Krishna, same question to you. A film, song or book that reminds you of home?
So two books. There are Mahabharat and the Ramayana. They're like epic tales of the whole cultural, the whole story of our religion. And there's always the Bhagavad Gita. They definitely bring me back to home.
Thank you. What's one, Bhagyashree first, what's one thing about your culture you wish more people knew?
Culture and religion, I would say Hinduism, and because it's quite big topic actually. It gives you how to live the life, specifically as Karisma mentioned about the Bhagavad Gita. Actually, many Western people has started to understand Gita actually, because which gives you how to live the life, any book, any religion book must be giving how to live the life. But for me, Bhagavad Gita is the most important for me, and I think people should know more about Gujaratis. I would say.
Thank you. And Krishna, same question to you. What's one thing about your culture you wish more people knew?
I second that. I second that, absolutely. There needs to be more presence for the Gujaratis, but that's just us being biased probably. But adding on to what Bhagyashree said as well, the philosophy behind the Bhagavad Gita and the Mahabharata and the Ramayana is very good. And I think there needs to be, I wish more people knew that aspect of our culture, and it promotes peace. The very existence of the books are very knowledgeable. They talk about so many things, and with us being humans, we all go through the emotions. There's so many factors, but the very existence of those books is so profound, and it just promotes peace, which is incredible.
Our last question, Krishna, if your life had a soundtrack, what South Asian song would it definitely be on it?
It would be Gala Jasma. It's a Bollywood song. I dance to it. I teach children. I teach the ladies. It's basically, Gala Jasma means wearing black glasses, sunglasses, and that can resonate a good philosophy for life. Just put your black sunglasses on and just chill. Just take each day as it comes and have a dance, have a sing.
And Bhagyashree, same question to you.
I like your choice of song. For me, I would say "Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gum" movie song, because your life there is sometimes is happiness and sometimes is sadness, but they both teach you lessons for your life, for a future.
Thank you very much. Thank you both. Thank you very much, Krishma and Bhagashri, for taking the time to be with us today. And I'd also like to say thank you to you, the listener, for listening to our podcast. And we hope you've enjoyed it. And I hope you've taken something useful from it. Thank you, everyone, and see you all soon.